Hello. Today is Sunday, February 13th, 2011. I unfortunately did not weigh myself yesterday morning for two reasons. One, I already know that this was a bad week. I did not meet my goal of not having any sugar. I had some sugar, more than normal by any means, so I didn't weigh myself for that reason. And by the time I was able to weigh myself on Saturday, it was like 12 o'clock. I had to work early, and when I was done with work, I went to the gym, and yeah, so excuses. There's no weight. I'm sure it was probably an increase though. Thursday, February 10th. And it's been a shitty, disappointing day. I feel like this entire week I've been to the doctor more than not, and I've not received news that I wanted to hear at any point so far this week. Just disappointing, and it interferes with what I'm trying to do. It makes me want to cry, it really does. Because I don't want to go back. I do not want to go backwards. I feel like not being able to do something is me going backwards. So Monday, I went in to get my toe looked at again. The doctor can't do anything about it, or the main doctor, the treatment that he wants to use isn't going to work because I'm continuing to run. So he's sending me to the foot doctor, who apparently might take the nail off and the infection under it. But you know that that's going to take time to heal. It's going to take a little bit to heal anyway, because I don't even know if the foot doctor will do that because of what's wrong with the toe. I guess they don't like to do that. So that's just disappointing, and that puts a damper in. I don't know, it just makes me feel like such a loser. Because I don't want anything to interfere with the half marathon, which I know isn't until May, but still, that's really not that far away. If you're trying to train for something that you've never done before, it's not far away at all. And my neck still bothers me a little bit, and I thought it was from lifting, and I went to the doctor today, to a different doctor, a doctor that I actually think knows what the heck he's talking about, and he's not into like giving people medication to fix their problems. Like, he actually just wants to fix them. And my neck injury probably wasn't due to lifting at all. The lifting probably just tweaked it just enough that the full injury from back in October finally came to the surface. Because after he did x-rays, when he came in, he said, you fell. I see him at the ice, you've fallen. And I was like, no, I haven't fallen. He's like, you have whiplash. I'm like, no, I haven't fallen. He's like, you haven't fallen. You haven't fallen and landed on your butt at all. Inside, outside, no. And I probably look like an idiot because I was thinking, because I remember at some point not too long ago telling people, you know, I think I have whiplash. But I couldn't recall, and I looked like an idiot trying to recall. And then I finally said, my black belt. I did fall. I fell repeatedly for 40 minutes. Was thrown repeatedly across the room. And, you know, felt like I had whiplash for a few days, and then everything cleared up and everything felt fine, and so I didn't pursue it anymore, look into it. And so he does whatever he does, and I can't even begin to explain what he does. And has me sit back in the chair, and he said, now you can't do anything for a while, and you need to come back in tomorrow. And I had to look like a freaking moron, because I'm like, I can't do anything. I have a race in 7 days. I can't run. He's like, no, you can't run because that's going to jar your neck. So then I leave. I get in the car, and really, I just want to cry because I don't want to take any time off. I'm afraid that if I do, I'm going to resort back to old ways. I managed to get 60 plus miles in this week. I feel fine. I'm not really in any pain until I try to sleep. And when I try to sleep, then there's enough pain that it wakes me up. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? Next Saturday, Saturday the 19th, is my Climb for the Flight race at the Hilton Hotel. It's a 30 flights of stairs. Fly up them as many times as humanly possible in 1 hour. There were over 450 people currently signed up to race, and apparently you get a race time and they let one person go on the stairs, and every 20 seconds somebody else's start time, so then somebody else goes. I am slightly scared. I really hope that I am prepared to do this. I probably shouldn't have signed up for the ultimate. I should have probably, which is that I continue to do this for an hour. I probably should have just signed up for the regular challenge, which is you just fly up them once. But I didn't realize that stair climbing was like, it's this huge event, I guess. They have World Cup rankings, people. And some people that are ranked in the top 20 are going to be at this race. So I'm definitely in over my head. Basically, I just really, instead of just taking other people's advice on how to lose weight and when to strength train and how to strength train and what affects what to increase your endurance and to make you faster and all that fun stuff, which I welcome any advice anybody wants to give me. That's awesome. But I also think that everybody should do their own research. There are very few people I would probably take their advice and just immediately run with it and go do whatever they tell me I should do. And granted, eventually I would probably research it, but initially, until I had time to do that, I would probably just go with what they told me. So I basically want to educate myself on the best I possibly can on muscle structure and how an exercise affects what muscles and how it's going to be beneficial to you, and diet, and just everything that I possibly can. And again, my main goal is to be an awesome runner, basically. That's what I want to do. So everything I do, all my cross-training activities are to make me the best runner that I can be. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to do. So when I first started, so the very first book I read, and this was back in June 14th, the week of June 14th, when I first started this journey, is a book called How to Become a Lean, Mean, no, it's not how, it's How Anyone Can Become a Lean, Fat Incriminating, Anti-Aging Wellness Machine. It's by Fred, the Food Fit Dude. He is a cool guy. I've actually listened to him speak, which is how I knew about the book and why I got the book. And the first 10 weeks, this book was kind of my Bible. It's all very practical. Do things that you can do for your entire life. He's very big on strength training and how build muscle. is going to get you far in life. His program works for people that's 20. It works for people that are 80. He is a physical therapist, works in healthcare, tries to get older people through rehab that need rehab, or even younger people. But so I love this book. I think this is a great beginner's book. It's on my coffee table, so I always remember where I started with. And I've definitely expanded on these ideas. So I like that book. The book I'm currently reading is Race Weight. This is a very good book so far. It goes over everything from when people first begin to run, what their race weight should be. He does suggest diet, but basically it's a very well-balanced diet. There's a chapter that's guidelines for beginners, and the first yeah, it's a good book. When I'm done with it, I'll tell you more about it. But so far, I like it. Funny thing is, I thought my race weight was 152. That's what I thought my race weight was. Based on this book and doing the calculations and stuff, my race weight is 154. So I was really close when I picked the race weight, and I'm still going to go for the 152. But there's a lot of information. I like that book. Breakthrough Running. It goes over shoes and the right running clothes and how to train for races and when to stop and interval training and just a bunch of stuff. I haven't read it cover to cover. I've kind of just picked and chosen pieces. Not all of them are really educational books. This book my brother got me for Christmas. I haven't read it yet. He got me another book for Christmas that I have read. A lot of these books I really haven't read. But my brother also got me this book. It's called Running with God, and all the stories are like 2 pages long, and it's this preacher. I think he's a preacher. He's an architect, and I think he also has a lot to do with preaching the Word of God, but it goes over his stories of running, and he has ran all over the country. He's ran a bunch of marathons. He's not super quick, like 11 minutes seems to be a very common pace that he has for a mile, so you don't have to be quick to be a runner. Good book, liked it. This book I also got, it's called The Art of Racing in the Rain, and I have no idea if it has to do with running, but it has to do with a golden retriever, and I like golden retrievers. This book is called Going Long. It is a bunch of stories from a bunch of different people on their running, and the reason I really like this book, and so I was looking for other books that people told their stories of their running journeys, and I found this one. I haven't read it yet, but right now, once I get it read. This one, Women Who Run, I haven't read it yet. Like, how do I know what information to, like, if I want to know a little bit of everything, so I don't really have to rely on anybody else. Like, if my neck hurts, I want to be able to say, this muscle in my neck hurts, and probably from this, not this is what hurts, kind of thing. So, I haven't read any of these books yet, but I figured personal training certification, like whatever they have to study is probably a little bit of everything, because they have to know a little bit of everything. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to go get my personal trainer's certification by any means, but I just kind of figured that that was a starting point that would kind of tell me all the different areas, maybe to research and or to look into if I wanted to know a little bit of everything. So, becoming a personal trainer for dummies. Got this book, figured, you know, it might tell me a little bit of everything I need to learn about. And then I figured the next best thing to do was to learn about all the muscles and all that fun stuff. So, Amazon.com, favorite little place to go buy books, and read the reviews. This fact-filled coloring book apparently is beneficial not only for 5-year-olds but for adults. Apparently it very simply explains the different muscle structures